This video is sponsored by Envato Elements.
In this episode, you will learn how to create a depth of field in your photos in a new way in Photoshop 2022, and also I will show you how to create this infinity stack of soldiers. So let's start. Hot. Hey guys, it's Nemanja and welcome to another really fun Photoshop tutorial. As you already know, as you already saw in the intro, we will create that fake depth of field in Photoshop. I will show you one really cool way, and also I will show you a manual way how to do it. Sorry about little laughing, it's good, right? So, okay, I will not cut this out. It will go like that. I will show you manual way how to create that depth of field if you don't have Photoshop 2022, in this case of making the infinity row of soldiers. And those soldiers that I'm using today are 3D elements from Envato Elements, so that means that you can rotate them and position them in certain orientation and angle that you need for your projects. And also Envato Elements is the sponsor for today's episode, so in case you didn't know, Envato Elements is an amazing website where you can find basically all the assets for any project that you are creating. They have millions of stock photos, stock videos, audio files, sound effects. You need some transitions and some really cool intros and outros for your videos. You're covered there. Both my intro and outro are from Envato Elements. Also, they have a bunch of cool fonts. They have a big library of 3D models, which is my personal favorite because you can rotate them and position in certain orientation and angle that you need for your photo manipulation. Download them and just use them there. You already know that if you're following this channel, I'm using them a lot. So I really recommend you that. They have a bunch of other things. Follow the link down there in the description and check it out. They're pretty affordable. The annual plan is just $16.5 per month, and you have unlimited downloads and all the assets are licensed. You don't need to worry about that. Alright, now that we covered that, let's jump straight into Photoshop and let the fun begin. Okay guys, we are here in Photoshop, but before we start, I love to put a cookie inside a tea. It's melted, it's amazing. Let me know, do you have this practice? Because I really love it since I was a child. Okay, let's do it. Let me show you really cool ways how to fake depth of field. All right, first of all, I have these two models and I will go and just copy this one, paste it right there, and go to this one, copy it and paste it right here. Actually, I will close this because I don't need it. Okay, I will turn both of them into smart objects. You already know that, why I'm doing this. I said so many times. So I will hide this one. No, I will hide this one and I will go with this one. First, Control or Command T, and I want to make it bigger, much bigger. So something like this. He will be our main hero here. So something like that. Perfect, maybe somewhere here. And now let's go to this small guy. This small guy is Guardian Angel. He will be right there. Oh, that's cool. That's a cool photo manipulation. If we can make something like that, maybe in some other episode, and I don't know, maybe some ideas, but in this one, no. First, I will show how to create this really cool infinite row of soldiers. If you have just two or just one model, it doesn't matter. We can just do with this one, but I choose to do with different ones because I already saw this idea somewhere and I just liked it, so I want to show you this. And then I will show you how to fake the depth of field. So if you want to just look at that fake depth of field option, skip to this time right there. Okay, so I will fast forward this, but show you the main idea. First of all, we have the main model right there, and then I want to put this one in the same size, but to be in the front of him. And because he is in the front of him, closer to the camera, he needs to be a little bit bigger. Okay, so that's the idea, and he will be somewhere here. Okay, then I will make a copy of this either by pressing Ctrl or Command J or by holding Alt or Option key with the move tool. That's how I like to do it, and just move it. And it's here, but because he is here and you see the angle, let me show you really quickly. This is helper. If you see the angle of the shoulders, let's change the color to some blue, I don't know. You can see that this is the line, something like this. It's not straight horizontal line, so he is a little bit off the camera towards some side. That means that this guy right here will be a little bit lower than this guy right there, and also a bit bigger. So I will hide this, and let's see, this is the guy. Make him a, oops, not this one, but this one. Make him a bit bigger, because I can, and I will put him a little bit lower down there, somewhere here, maybe a bit bigger, and something like this. I want to make this guy completely isolated, not covered like that. We can do that, of course, but the idea is just him to be a little bit of these two guys. Okay, then I will go and make a copy of some of these guys, Alt or Option key, and just drag it. Again, that's another way. Control or Command T, and I want to make him a, oh sorry, I made wrong person copied. So this guy, and then Control or Command T, make him smaller, and I want him to be behind this guy, so need to be smaller than this guy. And this is all eyeballing, so I'll put him like that. He's behind him, and the smaller he is, the further away from the center person he will be. So this is it, and I like it like that. This means practically that he is just behind that guy, straight behind him, probably like this. But I will offset him a little bit right there for the composition's sake. So also he needs to be a little bit more up, because of the angle and perspective and everything, and I think this is pretty okay. Alt and Option, drag it, put it right there, a little bit more up, okay, and a little bit more, tiny smaller than this guy. Okay, just maybe a little bit like that, and I will do that, repeat that for every single soldier here that I'm putting. So I will just fast forward that. That's the idea. I will make a copy, put behind, make smaller, put behind, make smaller, and that's it. Okay, so this is it. We can make even more of these soldiers. Maybe just this one right there, just for fun. But we can make it even more if we want. We can stretch the canvas and then make it horizontal and put really huge amount of soldiers there. Actually, let's just do 16 by 9 just for the cover of for YouTube cover. So let's go like this. Let's go like this, and I will just populate this really quickly, and again fast forward. Okay guys, so this is it. I expanded the canvas size for 16 by 9. Aspect ratio, just maybe that I will later use this as a cover for my YouTube video. Maybe I will recrop it. I'm not sure, because I'm doing it again. I'm doing the same thing that I did last week in last week's episode, and that's I'm doing the tutorial, this video here now for the first time. Usually I'm preparing this in the front before making the recording, and then I know what I will do and just record that for you guys, and you're seeing that. But I purposely did like this because I saw in the comments for the last video that you like that type of episode that I'm doing just for the first time, because you want to see my way of thinking and how I'm doing facing some things for the first time. So I just downloaded the soldiers. I know what I will do. I have in mind the idea, and now you're seeing me doing this for the first time. So cheers to that. Let's do it. Let me know down there in the description, do you like this type of episodes, or you prefer like me doing everything like I know what I'm doing because I did it already. Okay, so this is it. This is the main subject right there, this soldier right here. And we have a bunch of soldiers, and now it's a little bit harder to have so many soldiers, but nothing special. So what I will do here, I will just group all of these soldiers into one group. And one really cool tip is that, see this line? And oops, is this line right there? And see the line of the swords here. See? They are like matching. Yeah, they are matching for every row here. Maybe not for these two. Maybe I need to fix this. Go here and go to this guy right there and bring it a little bit more up. But the idea is to line this up because I think that would be in a real life, and it's really cool. Okay, so now we are in that part of the video where we need to fake depth of field just to put this guy into focus and everybody else out of the focus. So let's do it. Let me show you two ways how you can do it. One way is the new way in Photoshop 2022. It's amazing automatic way and works in most of situations. There are of course situations that doesn't work at all, but that's really cool way. And another is manual way to do it. First I will deal with the background, so I will delete this and just go with these two colors, so gray and dark gray, and go with the gradient. And let's see, I want to have dark behind and yeah, something like a gradient background. Okay, that's pretty cool. We can do something even better to go with every single row of the soldiers and make them a little bit darker and darker and darker as they're going further away, or opposite, brighter and brighter and brighter, depends what kind of effect you want to achieve. I will fast forward and do that, just came up to my mind, so I will just group the soldiers. So all the way back we have these two, three, okay, we have these three. I will make groups like that, okay, for every single row. Okay, this is it. So we have first row, we have second row, third, fourth, and fifth, and the main guy, which is row for himself. And this is it. What we can do here is just go and add curves, adjustment layer, or exposure, whatever, clip to that one, and just make these guys behind a little bit darker, then copy it here, clip to this one, a little bit brighter than the previous ones, copy it here, again a little bit brighter than these ones, and copy it to the row number 2, a little bit brighter like that, almost a little bit, just a little bit. And then maybe for the first row I can make it brighter than this guy, like just tiny bit. So this is the idea. This is one really cool way to make a separation of to make even better effect of depth of something. So this is it. And now what we can do, we can group everything into a single layer, merge everything, so Shift Control Alt T or Shift Command Option E on a Mac, like this. And then we go on to filter and neural filters. And this is, there are some new options here in Photoshop 2022. So let's make this smaller, bring it right there. And it's depth blur, so it's here, depth blur. I will turn it on. We need to wait for a moment. I have this X, as you can see, and we can set the focal point wherever we want. Here. I want to set a focal point on this guy right there. So check it out. Now he's in focus, but if we zoom this, you will see he is in focus, but his body is a little bit out of focus. So we can control this with the focal distance. So if the focal distance, focal range, sorry, not this, focal range. If the focal range is higher, then it will make him a little bit more sharper all the way. If we put a focal range all the way up to 100, I think it's percent, because I think everything will be, oh no, it's not percent, but it's something, I don't know what is it, but you know, the depth will be of the blur will be less. So I want something around, I don't know, here, let's try. Okay, let's see, these guys are out of the focus. He's okay, I want a little bit less. So now everything is just trial and error. And also I want to show you something. This is not perfect. Sometimes it is, sometimes it's not. See here, it's not like 100% perfect. We can fix that manually, but this is really cool way to make this really cool depth. I will press, you can change the temperature, hue, saturation, brightness. Here, see a lot of things, and output the depth map only if you want that, and then use that depth map for some. If I output the depth map here, I can use the depth map for the other filter later. Maybe I will show you that. Let's see, maybe the episode will be longer. So let's press OK. And this is it. This is the result, right? So if we go back again here and go again to filter neural filters, and let's see, oops, I just repeated this. So here, filter neural filters, go back to depth, go back to focal range, and put a focal point here. Maybe focal range a little bit more, like this. And then let's go and output the depth only, okay, on a new layer. That's perfect, because now we have the depth map and we can fix that depth map. So everything that is completely black, will not be blurred. So we can go and create a new layer. Clip it only affect this one, but it will affect only this one because it's not transparent. So it doesn't matter. If we put everything completely black like that and use, let's see, use here the main one, control and click, and fill everything with black. So everything, if you invert this, Shift Control I or Shift Command I to invert the selection and use the color that is around here. So use this color and paint out this. It's this color right here. Let's use soft brush. Just paint out these things. I'm using this color right there. I want to fix these imperfections. So with this in mind, like that, let me just see what we did here to the original one. Yeah. So yeah, that's cool. So what we can do now, we have these two, let's group them together, Control Command E. We have a depth map. Okay, and we can click on that depth map, or we can go to, we can go to the channels and turn this into the alpha channel. So Control, let's duplicate just one, not to make too big mess. So Control or Command, no, move it right here. So I'm a little bit, see, when I'm doing it without making it again. So this is me facing all the obstacles. Okay, so I'm just duplicating one of the channel, name it depth. Okay, and now we are going back, hide this, go to this layer, make a copy of this layer, just in case we mess something up. Go to the filters, go to the blur, and go to the lens blur, okay? And in the lens blur filter, which opened in my second screen, I'll move it here. Okay, make it smaller. Lens blur filter, we can do the same thing we did with that neural filter, but when we have the depth map, so the source is depth, we can have none and it will blur everything. But if we have that map created, then we can do, again, set the focal distance right there, for example, and we can change the radius, see, and he's completely, every part of this guy is completely in focus because we paint him in a black. So this is another way, it's cool way, but with the neural filters you are able to create that depth map. It's a fake depth map, you can refine it like I did here and then use this filter to make it even better. So see, if we crank up the radius all the way to 100%, of course this is too fake, there is no camera that will do like this, but that's an option, and you can here change the blade curvature, rotation of the blades, brightness, etc. So I really love this filter, but this is really cool way of doing it. So I will press OK, and you will see the difference between this one and this one. So it's practically the same. These guys are a little bit more blurred here in the filter and lens filter here, blur, lens blur, than in the neural filters. And also this guy right here have these imperfections. So see, that's it. So now you know two ways. Sometimes, like the iPhone camera or other cameras, are doing that fake depth of field by creating depth map and then blurring everything regarding to that depth map. Sometimes it will be amazing. There are some situations I'm encouraging you to try on several images for yourself. It will make really cool fake depth of field, really selecting everything that it should be. But sometimes it will make some artifacts like this, and that's why it's really cool to just have a depth map, refine it a little bit, and then just make this. It's really cool. I really love it. Okay, now I will show you a few other things here, how to make this completely manually the best way if you have all the subjects in a separate layer. So how to do it is, there is faster way and slower way. I will do a faster way, but I will explain you what the slower way is. So you have everything in the separate layers, like you can see here. There are a bunch of layers because there are a bunch of these guys. And the idea is, especially because they are in smart objects that I love. The idea is just to go one by one and apply Gaussian blur. So filter, blur, Gaussian blur. It's not so slow. You will see I'm just making this guy blurry. Okay. For example, something like 9. Okay, I will press OK. And then I will just Alt or Option and click and drag that smart filter, Gaussian blur, to this one, the second guy. And here's blur too. But because this guy is actually closer to the camera, I'm now explaining you the slower way. He's closer to the camera. Then you can go double click here and maybe make him a little bit more blurrier, maybe 10, you know, because he's closer to the camera. So then again, go to these guys back and go with this blur, copy it right there, see which one is, it's this one. So he doesn't need to have 10. He need to have maybe, let's go 9 again, or maybe, yeah, let's go with 10. Let's go with a 10 actually. Let's see if this is too much. Then this guy is closer to the camera, so camera is somewhere here. So this line and these lines are not the same distance, so length. So this guy will have probably not 10 but 9. Let's go with 9. Okay, perfect. And this guy will have 9, and this guy, etc. So I'm now rushing. You can tweak and change that a little bit. Then we are going to these guys right there. Again, just copy right there. See which one is this. Oh, he is out of the frame. So this needs to be definitely more than 10. Let's go with the 12, for example, and copy it right there. See this guy, and I will just copy. Maybe 10 is too much, 12 is too much, maybe 11. Okay, because I think it's better. Let's see, 11. Yeah, and then this guy right here has 2 filters. 11. Okay, just copy to the rest of the guys right there. 11. Okay, they are all 11, and then this row can be maybe 12 or 13. Let's see. Maybe 12. Not bad. Let's go with the 12. And if you don't see your smart filter, just click here and you will see it. So it's collapsed it by default. Okay, and then the last row, let's go with the last row for maybe 13. Let's see, blur 13, and this is it. So you have different result. It's more perfect than the fake depth of field. It's we are again faking it, but manually. It's more perfect than this result right here, just because of the imperfections. But let's see. But I prefer this fake depth of field. Let's see here. Yeah, it's more perfect than this. This is neural filter, and this is lens blur. Okay, so I prefer this method by adding Gaussian blur better than neural filter, just because of these imperfections. But again, the neural, oops, don't do this. I thought the Photoshop will broke. So but the neural filter has that really cool spicy blur thing that I love. But the preferred way for me is to go with the lens blur. It's the best way. So these are 3 ways how you can fake depth of field in Photoshop. Neural filters are amazing because they give you the depth map right here. They give you this, and you can tweak it and enhance it. And probably I should enhance this part too, but for the sake of this tutorial, you understand what is going on here, and I don't want to do it. And sometimes you don't need to tweak anything. You can just use neural filters, and that's it. Sometimes you have some imperfections like here, and then just you can tweak it or use another filter with the depth map, or use it manually like I did here. Okay, so this is it. I will just fast forward and make this a little bit more interesting photo. If you're following my channel, you know what I will do. It will be in speed, but I will just make some glows on the sword and the eyes of this guy, and add another element that I just came up with, and just finalize this as a photo manipulation for the YouTube cover, because I love it like that. I got an idea right now and I want to realize it. And also what I want to say is, if you like this episode, subscribe and like it. I would appreciate that a lot, because that means a lot to me. I would like for more people to see and basically have the chance to learn something cool like I'm doing in my channel. Alright, so I will fast forward this. Okay, and this is it. This is the final version for this tutorial. I just had a little bit more fun making this a little bit more pleasing to the eye, to my taste, more dramatic, more contrasty image. But overall, the point of this tutorial is not making this photo manipulation. It's something aside of the main subject. The main subject was how to fake depth of field using a new version of Photoshop 2022, and how to use the depth map from the neural filters and use it with the older lens blur filter, which in my opinion is amazing combination. So you can do a lot of things there. If you like it, please press the like button, share it with your friends, and don't forget to subscribe in case you're not already, and also ring that bell to get notified about all the future episodes. Right guys, let me know down there in the comment section below what you think about these techniques, and have fun experimenting, and see you in the next one. Bye bye.